you guys find yourself wanting to eat healthier, but just don't know what to grab, well, I have a salad recipe and it tastes pretty good to me. That's what we'll be making today. So, So I usually start with the greens, obviously. You're gonna need that in your salad. And it doesn't really matter which kind you grab. I usually get spinach and spring mix from Walmart, but whatever you want. And the amount that I grab, again, it's kind of just up to you. I usually like to make a lot because I try to feed a lot of people when I make it. Okay. And then next, add avocado oil. Avocado oil, it's good for you and it makes the salad taste better too. Makes the texture nicer, and I usually just like the way it tastes as well. Then after that, I add onions. Onions are good for, and they have high antioxidants. They help with your blood sugar levels, improve digestive health, and I just think they taste good. So we usually just add a handful of that. And then after the onions, I usually add peppers. Peppers, same thing. Kind of just add however much you want. I don't usually meal prep for the week, but I do cut my veggies before the week starts, just so it's easier and I don't have to cook, or I don't have to cut it when I make it. My parents usually cut the onions for me just because I really don't like cutting onions, but the peppers I usually cut by cutting the stem in half, and then I flip it over, cut each side, and then cut each flesh like horizontally or vertically, and then you end up with that. All right. Okay. After the onions and peppers, I usually add walnuts. And for walnuts, I usually add about 1/4 cup. You can kind of add whatever amount you think is good. Walnuts are rich in nutrients. They help with your gut, heart, and brain health, and taste good in the recipe. And then after that, I add sunflower seeds. Same with the walnuts. Don't have a set amount. I usually add about a tablespoon. And sunflower seeds, they lower your rates of cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. All right. And after that, I add my fruit. So for fruit, I kind of just mix and match, but for this recipe, I'll be adding blueberries and strawberries, or blueberries and apples. But I have added strawberries and pineapples in the past. Kind of just pour in however much I think. I don't really have a set amount. And then for the apples, I cut them this morning. I was a little concerned that they wouldn't be good right now, but they look fine. They're not brown, so I'm just gonna put them in. Okay, and these fruits, they're rich in antioxidants and fiber, and they add a really sweet taste to the salad as well. Okay, and then after that, I add turkey, and I'm just using lunch meat turkey just because it's more convenient to cut up, but sometimes I use chicken or shrimp, whatever I'm feeling that day. Okay, and then turkey is a good source of protein, and it helps with muscle recovery and muscle repair. And after that, I add nutritional yeast. The bottle's kind of busted because I was cooking yesterday and I had it prepped earlier on the stove. Not a good idea, but it is what it is. Nutritional yeast is high in niacin, your B3 vitamin, protein, fiber, minerals, antioxidants. It's also good with sleep. It's really good for you. And it tastes pretty good. It might look kind of weird, but it does taste good. Then after that, I add grated Parmesan cheese. Again, same thing here. I add about a tablespoon. Adds good flavor and texture to the recipe. Okay, and I really like cheese, so I add shredded Parmesan cheese as well. All right, and I add about 1/4 cup of that. gonna add a little bit of salt. Salt just adds a little more flavor to the salad. Don't add too much. And then another thing I add is Italian, also just adds flavor to the salad. Alright. And one thing I like about salad, you don't have to cook any of it. It's just pretty easy to throw together, and you can have any time of the day. Okay. And then I usually have it in a bowl with a container over it, just so I can shake it. And that's what we do right now. And usually just mix it until it looks like everything is distributed evenly. And then sometimes the fruit and stuff goes to the bottom. I try to shake it around as much as I can. But then you open it, it might get a little messy, but and you're left with a good tasting salad. Thank you for listening to my speech.